friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is about 1:30 in the morning on October the 1st. I was hoping to film closer to midnight, but I decided to take a bath randomly at midnight, 5 to midnight. And then normally I don't take long baths, but I was in there probably for 45 minutes. I don't even know. I was looking at the new prompts for the Harry Potter knitting and crochet school and trying to figure out how I'm going to fit my projects into there. It's not going to be easy this month, that's for sure. And yeah, just that sort of thing. And then I got out and I was I'd finished my water, so I went downstairs for more water. And then I was going to make a cup of sugar-free apple cider. And I looked everywhere and I couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to buy more, I guess. But I will say the sugar-free apple cider, the powder mix, it was really good. I think it's just as good as the sugared version. So that's one thing I'm happy to go sugar-free over. I did manage to complete all of my classes for the September Harry Potter knitting and crochet thing. It was down to the wire. All of these ones that are highlighted or written in orange, those are all ones that I submitted September 30th. So, you know, and some of those I even just crafted on September 30th. By some coincidence, luckily, this first week of October is fall break for us, so I get to ease into this Vlogtober situation that I've never done before. And yeah, so while I'm getting used to this, because I do Vlogmas, but I don't know why this feels different, but it does. So I'm just trying to ease myself into it. But so I'm thinking on Monday I will film a video update and include all the projects I worked on in September. I did get sick twice. I had to take off 3 or 4 days from work in September. And so yeah, wanting to film a video update. I just had no energy, no time, no anything. So my husband was gonna take off the whole week, and then he wanted us to have a yard sale at the end of the week, so we'd have to go spend the whole week going through the house and all of that type of stuff. But they're getting a new big boss in the office. And so he's going to be going into the office instead of, I don't know if every day, but at least on Monday. And so I am going to be able to hopefully not have to do a yard sale. I'm not a fan. I don't mind going to one. I don't usually find them very successful, but I don't mind going to one. I just find having them is a huge waste of time, and time I'd rather be spent doing other things. And if the purpose is to decrease what's in our house, I'd rather just donate it to Goodwill. Honestly, it'll get it out the house faster, and it's less of a waste of my time. Yeah, so that's just my thoughts on being forced to have a garage sale. So, not a fan. Anyways, that's beside the point. So it looks like possibly it's going to get stalled again, because we were going to do it on spring break and that didn't happen. So my hope is eventually he'll give up on this dream, but it does not seem so. Anyways, so yeah, so I couldn't find the apple cider. Sorry, I'm all over the place. It's 1:30. So then I remembered that last fall season, I drank this a lot, Bigelow's Cranberry Harvest, and I still have another box or two. This one's almost done. There's just a couple of bags in there. So I made a cup of that instead. And I like to put in sugar and then a splash of lemon, and it's very nice. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten. Oh, it's such a nice fall drink. Anyways, so I've got 3 kind of Advent situation-y things happening here. I've got the Clue yarn one, which is a 13-day one. I've got a DK weight one that just arrived on Wednesday, and that's a 31-day one. So that's the one that I'm hoping to accomplish every single day. And then the last one I have is a Halloween candle wax countdown, and this one's also 13 days. And this is who I did the candle advent through last Christmas, and I'm planning on getting that again, as I really liked how those smelled. But the thing I've noticed with their candle waxes is you can melt them and reuse them for like a couple of days. So I'm just going to start with day 1, and when I stop really noticing the smell, I'll switch out to the next day. And so that's my plan for this. Sorry. But so hopefully it'll get us through the whole month. And then when I go back to work, it's just I don't have as much time. It'll only be going for like an hour or 2 anyways. So yeah, that's my plan with that. So I wanted to open the first day of each of them, see if I can get those figured out, like what I'm gonna do, because I'm not at all sure what I'm gonna do. Oh, I brought my Himalayan salt candle wax melter. I have not used this in so long because it's been so hot. And so today we had a high in the high 60s or low 70s. Unfortunately, by the end of, by in less than a week, we are going to be back up to 95. So gotta love California weather. I know everyone like thinks that we have great weather. It all depends on where you live in the state. Up here in the valley, like Central Valley, and where I live in the Sacramento area, it's not nice. It's not nice weather. Like, it's just not. Oh man, so good. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Let's open the candle one first. I am going to cut because there's gonna be some crinkling sound, but I wanted to show you guys how like cutely it was packaged, like almost like a haunted house building. Anyways, so cute. Okay. Oh, and in here, this paper, I think that's gonna be the list of scents. So I'm excited about that. Okay, here we are on day 1. Some of the candle melts got onto the paper. So, okay, she does just list them. So I'm going to cover all the others. I managed to not actually get a peek, which is unusual for me. Okay, but I do know day 1 is called Spooky Pumpkin. Spooky Pumpkin. So this might go down as one of those things I'm not supposed to say on social media or whatever, but like a month or so ago, got an email from a designer, not like to me personally, but like it was like one of those mass email, like newsletter type of situations. And she was talking about her new spooky design. Then like a couple hours later, she sends an apology email for using the term spooky because it has racial connotations. And like, here's the thing. I get that the word spook has been used in the past as a negative connotation. But that is not how the vast majority of people think of or use that word. It is completely a Halloween type of word. Like, oh, that's spooky. Like, I mean, there's no racial connotation with that. When this is called spooky pumpkin, it's just supposed to end like, I'm sorry, that's too much for me. Like, it's too much when we only look at an incident of a negative connotation of a word instead of how the vast majority of people use it. Like, it's just, honestly, it kind of puts me off the designer. It's just, it's too much. I'm sorry. And if that offends you that I think that, I'm sorry for that too. And you don't have to stick around on my channel. So anyways, let's check out this first one. Okay, I was hoping for this. And that is, oh, I shouldn't touch it because it almost like started melting on my hand. She used a mold, like molds to make them. So this is a skull shape. Isn't that so cool? Oops. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it smells so nice. It's a nice smelling one. I can't wait to start melting that one. I will probably wait until the morning to get that all set up and do, but my plan is to make check marks on here to indicate which scents I really like, and then to actually order them to use for the rest of fall. All of the scents got on this paper, and there are some spicy ones coming up. Smell good. That's probably not one that I would order. I think there's a hint of maybe a vanilla scent in there, and I don't really like vanilla, but it's covered enough by the pumpkin. It's just not like one that I would automatically gravitate towards, but it is still nice smelling. It'll still make our house smell nice and fall, so I'm really excited. Okay, next let's look at this Forbidden Fiber one, the Clue one. So, okay. I am hoping that the unlock code or something is in the day one so that I can like download the pattern or the first part of the pattern or whatever, however that works, because I don't have the pattern yet and I don't know how else I'd get it. But anyways, this is the super cute bag. I really like the zipper pull. I think that's really fun. So then it looks like this. So let's break the seal and get into there. Okay. Here's a little notebook or a tiny little clipboard with some paper. Here is the little informational. So it says, as we sat down to plan this year's Halloween mystery box, we knew we wanted to do a murder mystery, but we pondered what kind to do. Then it came to us, why not use the most famous murder mystery of all time for our inspiration? Why not let you figure out who murdered Mr. John Body? I didn't know his name was John. I just called him Mr. Body. Anyways, and thus the FFC Clue Mystery Box was born. Clue, originally called Cluedo, was designed in 1949 in Leeds, England by Anthony E. Pratt and his wife. He and his family were often shut indoors due to the air raids during World War II. The game was intended to be a replica of the parlor game enjoyed by Mr. Pratt and his friends, which he called Murder. Our Clue theme is inspired by his creation with a few tweaks to make it our own. This box was designed to start opening October 1st, one day at a time for 13 days, with a finished project by Halloween. The yarn and patterns were designed especially for this box in a mystery cowl style. Open each individually wrapped yarn one at a time and work the clue for that color before opening the next package, or open and stitch them all at once. The choice is yours. Be sure to keep an eye out for our strategically placed clue tags so you can mark your included player sheet. Some clues will be obvious, but others will be a bit more subtle and will require some deductive reasoning. After you open your last day's clue, you should be ready to make a guess at who killed Mr. Body, with what weapon, and in which room. Post your guess on social media and be sure to tag us. On November 1st, one lucky person with the correct guess will be selected to receive a $25 Forbidden Fiber Co. gift card. I would love to see your projects as you stitched. Use the hashtag ClueFFC so I can follow your project's journey. Make sure to tag at Forbidden Fiber Co. too, because hashtags have gone wonky again. That is true, they have. See the reverse side of this card for details on everything included in your box. So, it's a 12 skein and of 87 yards each and one skein of 475. In our Fortitude yarn base, a 100% superwash merino wool. These all new individually wrapped colorways are named for clues in our game. Clue Shawl, designed by Karen Woolley. We know exactly how this awesome crochet pattern will turn out when you're finished, but we can't wait for you to see as well. And or Suspicion Shawl, designed by Leanne Ross. This has to be one of our favorite knit shawl designs so far, and we can't wait to see the design unfold step by step. Clue Project Bag, hand lotion. Keep those stitching hands soft, and this hand lotion in a special scent we created just for this box. Progress Keeper set. A Blondie, you need to keep your strength even during a murder investigation. The clipboard and notepad, and clue cards. Use these one-of-a-kind clue game cards to keep tabs on who did it, where, and with what. These could also be subbed in to your at-home clue game for a fun, crafty twist. Okay, so it looks like we will need to open up the clue cards, which are these. And here's, doesn't want to focus. Oh well. There's a clue score sheet, and then these are just some of the pattern informations, like how big it's gonna be, what hook size, but it doesn't say how to access the pattern. Interesting. Okay, I don't know. And oops, here's the hand lotion. The Progress Keepers, and I think those are the weapons, maybe. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I'm also in a tiny bit of a conundrum because I did not fully look at these informationals when the package first arrived. And if I had looked at it and looked at the needles, it says US 5 40-inch or longer circular needle. So I have two US 5s, but they're both 32-inch. I do have a 40-inch, but it's a US 6. So a US 6 is a 4mm. a US 5 is a 3.75. But in the notes it says for some colors you will use almost all of the yarn included. So do I go with the US 5 or do I go with the US 4? I'm thinking I go with the 5, but I also maybe place an order tonight for a longer, like maybe 47 inch just to be safe, US 5, and then transfer to that. So that's what I'm thinking. I wish I'd looked more ahead and yeah, been more prepared. But so let's open day ones, which is the full size skein. Normally that comes on the last day for Christmas ones, so that's kind of fun. And also let's hope it has information on how to access the pattern. I think it does. And this is a really fun color. So it's a mainly brown with some splotches. Speckles, I guess is what most people call them. Very nice. And is this one named? It is called Who Done It. Okay, so this is the Who Done It colorway. And let's see what these say. Okay, so it's not actually a downloadable pattern. The pattern is, it's written on these papers, so I can't show them to you, obviously. Interesting. So, clue 1 in the crochet version has 10 rounds. Clue 1 in the knit version has 4 rows that you repeat the last 2 rows 29 times. Okay. So I will obviously have to cake this up before I can even start it, but I will put both of these and both of these into my little bag. I also need to read through these and see if there's a clue I'm missing to solve this. So I'll look more into that in the morning when I'm a little more awake. So I'll cut this part out, but I'm just putting everything away. Okay, so that brings us to the next advent, the DK weight one. And it came in a big box. And I ordered the add-on bag and it was a mystery. This is not what I was expecting. But it's cool. It's different than anything I have, so that's fun. I'm just not generally into skulls. Then it has this Happy Halloween card, which is so cute. And it's from Gem State Yarns presents Halloween in the Forest. This year's theme combines autumnal nature themes with more traditional Halloween elements. I arranged this box in a fade set order. However, I didn't want you to have too many similar colorways back to back, so there are definitely better ways to organize the colorways if you want a true fade set. I kind of wanted to work from a more fall feeling to more Halloween vibes as the month went on. I did this year's design slightly different than previous years. Open one box a day, starting with box 31, so that's different. The colorways are listed on the scratch off page for each day. Scratch off the corresponding number on your list to find the name of that day's colorway. So that's really fun. And it is like a scratch off, and that's so cute. So, And then here's a little, it's 100% superwash merino, DK weight, 20 grams, and the colorway is Halloween Forest. And so that's the little card, and I think that's so cute, the tag. What are you? A little thank you card. Okay. So here you can see they're all in little boxes. So we will start with number 31. Okay. There we go. Very autumnal. And so soft and squishy feeling. Oh, very nice. I don't know why I always rub right here. I know a lot of people rub on their cheek. I always rub like right under my nose. I don't know. It's nice. So this is what it looks like. Very pretty. Let's see here again. Does it say 20 grams, 46 yards? So each mini skein is 46 yards. I'm probably not going to keep the boxes. In the past, I've always like kept those things and then never ended up doing anything with it. Do I have anything near me for scratching off? Let's see if this... Okay, this one is called Harvest End, which I can definitely see that. So you scratch it off. There you go. Very nice. So I had 2 patterns pulled for this. This one is called the Lark's Foot Blanket, and it's like a 2-row repeat. I just wasn't sure about doing it with a fade. The other one I had pulled is double crochet chevron. But the thing that makes me hesitant about this is that I'm already doing a chevron. It's not in DK weight, but I am doing a chevron. And so, yeah, so I'm not sure what one to do. I'm just not sure how the Lark's Foot will look with a fade. Or even with how like variegated this yarn is. I don't know, I might do the first color in the Lark's Foot, and then I can rip it out and redo it. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. I'll update you guys later. I'm going to probably head to bed. It's 2:15, so I really just wanted to get the day started, like do the first one of these. It's been a while, so yeah, I just thought I would start it in the middle of the night. So I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye. Okay, I've gone through and looked at them, and while I really love the look of the Lark's Foot one, I realized it's actually a 4-row repeat, even though they change colors every 2 rows. And then it has some like extended stitches and stuff like that. Things that like, I really want to do this, and I think that I'll look to make it, I mean, maybe even using big box yarn or things like that. But I think right now, even though I don't super want to make another ripple chevron afghan right now, I think that because I'm looking for something that's fast and easy to do every single day of this month, that I'm going to go with the double crochet chevron. So I'm going to cast that on maybe and see how long it takes me to just knit this little bit every day. So I will catch up with you guys in the daytime. Bye. As many of you may recall if you followed for this channel for a while, I used to do a sourdough. I did that for 1 year for Advent with a jam Advent. And after that, I kind of like let my starter die. So I've decided this week that I'm off working, I'm going to rebuild my sourdough starter. So I thought I'd take you through that process. So this is day 1. We are going to need 113 grams of King Arthur's, well, I'm using King Arthur's whole wheat flour. So I have the bowl set on my scale. I'm just going to start measuring in 32. Move that water. 75. So just, there we go, 113. Then we'll reset that. And we need to add 113 grams of water. Sorry, our neighbor's dogs are out, and that makes my dogs bark. Anyways, I went just a little bit over with the water. So to even it out, I'm going to add just a little bit more flour. So a tiny bit more. Till it's at 119 because I went over water by 3. There we go. Of course, now I'm 1 over on the flour. It doesn't matter. Okay. So now what you do on my scale is you just mix it. You don't really want any lumps of flour left. So this is what it looks like, rather thick at this point. And then you put your lid on it and you let it sit for 24 hours. Then you come back. This is the only time you use whole wheat flour, is when you're very first starting it. After that, you use all-purpose flour. So putting that on just loosely. I'm not going to close it airtight. And we will come back. Right now it is 2:30 in the afternoon, so we'll come back tomorrow around 2:30 and we will do day 2. Okay, so it is now almost 3 o'clock. Upstairs, I made some noodles for lunch. Haven't had noodles in a while, so just made them for lunch. We're gonna have tacos for dinner, so I have some ground beef defrosting. My husband's boss is a rancher, and so we bought a quarter of a cow or something like that, and that is a lot of ground beef, and that was a while ago. So trying to make my way through it a bit more quickly. So I'm actually going to do 2 pounds, and then I'm thinking over this week I might have some like taco salad and stuff for lunch. So my husband just left to go look at some garage sales. I told him they're all basically going to be closed or done by this point, but whatever. So last night I started the Ripple, the DK weight Ripple Afghan. I got all the way to the end of my starting chain and was 4 chains short. So this is my second attempt, and I only did a few to get it going. So I'm going to work on trying to catch up with that. I need to clear off my table so that I can wind yarns. There's not much on it, honestly, because I cleaned most of it off like a week ago. It's just a few things that are in the way of the swift turning, so those have got to be moved. And then I will wind my yarn the big skein from the Clue one and get started on that one too. The other thing is that I went ahead and ordered a 47-inch needle in the correct size, and that's supposed to arrive tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and get the first part started. I know you're not like, because what I'll get started with is bamboo, but what I ordered was ChiaoGoo metal needles, so whatever, I don't care. You can see I've got the, ooh, I'm always bad at this. Nope. Anyways, over there, that glowing light is the wax melt going, and it's smelling nice. And so, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about some of my kind of Halloween type plans and things that I hope to incorporate in this vlog this month. And so I've got several fall type Halloween, well, I don't know, Halloween. Anyways, October-ish recipes that I'm hoping to do. So pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. The recipe I have has the cookie come out more like a cakey texture. They're so good. So I'm making that. We're going to do the sourdough starter and then hopefully make some sourdough things over the course of the month. We will be, I don't know what, probably some soups maybe, or just some things like that. And so do that. Then there are a bunch of like Halloween movies I've never seen. I don't like horror, so I will not be watching any horror movies, but like I don't think I've ever seen The Haunted Mansion. I don't know that I've actually seen Hocus Pocus. Just a bunch of movies like that. So I was looking at HBO Max's Halloween movie list. So there's some things there. I've not watched the Wednesday series, and I really want to watch that, and I think that would be a great October watch. I also have some audiobooks, some mysteries that I will be listening to. I'm going to maybe visit some of my favorite cozy mystery series and listen to their Halloween books, like the ones specifically set during Halloween. So some things like that. I don't actually tend to do that most Octobers. I'm like, I love Halloween itself. I love when little kids come and trick or treat. I just don't do a lot of the prep stuff. So hoping to really do that. We are hoping to go to this place called Apple Hill. We tried to go there, but never made it most years in the past. And so I'd love to pick out some pumpkins from a pumpkin patch instead of just like the store. And maybe get some apples or some apple cider, that type of thing. So I'm hoping to really be able to do that and take y'all along. But in the meantime, the first book I'm listening to, and I've started, I'm about 2 chapters in, is called Halloween Cupcake Mystery or Murder, something like that. It is 3 authors and it's short stories. And so one of my favorite cozy mystery writers is Carleen O'Connor, and she writes one of the short stories in there. So yeah, I just started that. I did think that the mystery in it was for her other series, which is Murder in an Irish Village or something like that. And that is like my favorite cozy mystery series, but I think it's for her other series that I'm not super fan of. But anyways, it's fine. It's just a short book. So, and the other thing I need to do today is go and plan my October classes, although maybe I'll wait to do that tomorrow. It is also garbage and recycle day for us, so I've got to do the garbage and recycle. And my husband has a rental property, and the tenant moved out, so he wants me to go with him in a little bit to to help change light bulbs. Gonna go help do that. We need to go get dog food. And then I'm hoping to pop into the grocery store because I'm hoping to maybe make a pot roast with some of that beef. And I also want to get some lettuce so that I can have taco salads because I didn't get lettuce. Anyways, so yeah, that's just kind of what looking at right now. I plan on doing a lot of cleaning this week, but also some crafting. But there are some areas of this room that are a big pile mess, and I just need to clear it off and reset it. So I'm hoping to do some of that this week too. So I'll bring you guys along for the journey. Talk to you later. Bye. I have finished the first color. It did just short of 2.5 rows. And I think considering I had to cast on with this color, that probably each color repeat will be about 2.5. I'm really liking how this is looking. I'm glad I decided to go with this pattern. It is just, let's see if it will focus. Focus. It is just a single row repeat that repeats over and over again, which is nice. I don't have to then keep track of which row I'm on. So, yeah, I finished that. I'm gonna put this into the bag until I pull out the next one. I'll either do that at midnight or I'll do that first thing in the morning. It took me, I'm on the second episode of Wednesday, so that's about an hour and a half, but as I memorized the pattern, I'm thinking I'll be able to do each color in about an hour. So I'll time it tomorrow, see how much I get done. Like if it is going to be about 2.5 rounds, that will let me know about how long this throw is going to be. I'm hoping it makes it to about 45 inches, but it might not. So yeah, that's that. I'm now going to start the clue project, and if I finish that first color, I might just pull out the second one and work on that. So I may also pull out my cross stitch, my Halloween sampler cross stitch, and work on that for a bit, or work on my October prompts to try to see where I can squeeze some cross stitching in. I'd love to do one of the patterns from the Halloween magazine from just cross stitch, but we'll see. I need to figure out how I can fit things in. So I will be back in a little bit. I'm gonna return to watching Wednesday. I'm really enjoying it. Don't know why I waited so long to watch it. I mean, probably the fact that I don't actually watch TV most of the time. I listen to audiobooks more. So the only time I really watch TV is with my husband, and this is not a show he'd be interested in. So maybe I'll actually spend this week catching up on shows he wouldn't watch. So I've got like the Wheel of Time series. He won't watch that, and I haven't watched any of the new episodes. There's no new episodes of Rings of Power, so that's not one. But who knows? We'll see what I get up to this week. Anyways, chat with you guys in a bit. Okay, so I have finished clue number 1. And I think that's just, this yarn is knitting up so beautifully. Focus. Okay, well, so right now it's just a plain stockinette. It's increasing on one side, so it's straight on one side and increasing on the other. And I thought we would just open, number 2. And I would wind it, possibly get it started. No. So let's see what number 2 looks like. Well, there is a clue tag on this one. It says right here, it's a clue. Let's see. This is a really pretty color, Professor Plum. A nice, rich, purpley black, or blacky purple. Oh no, there's purple and black in here, and it is deep purple. It's very beautiful. Let's see, let's look at this. It's a clue. I mean, I can't read you guys the pattern. I do think I'm gonna save all of these crochet ones and then maybe try to find a 12 color set with a full skein and crochet up that at some point, because I'd love to see what this crochet version is. Anyways, so this is 56 rounds, rows, and it will end with 71 stitches. Right now we're at 35, so it's doubling the number of stitches, but because each row increases, it's going to be a lot. Okay. So it didn't tell us to cut color 1, so I'm going to wind up color 2. Well, actually they're calling it contrast color 1. So clue number 2, contrast color 2, Professor Plum. And I mean, this is how long the instructions are, so there's going to be some fun stuff, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to work this one out. So I am on episode number 5 of Wednesday. I might end up finishing Wednesday today. We will see. My husband is at Home Depot, so I've just had a pretty lazy day so far. So chat with you all in a little bit.